episode of Totes Recall is brought to you by
TerribleOrigami.com.
Putting the .com in the website.
I feel like we should sound more
That's
enthusiastic.
GoDaddy. You think of GoDaddy.
Oh.
Okay.
This
episode
of
Totes Recall was brought to you by No.
Putting the OMG in origami.
Home with $1 Million Frog.
And a bread
Nailed it.
Totes Recall.
Welcome to Totes Recall, the podcast where we talk about a movie we don't remember very well. Then we watch that movie and eat pizza. And talk about the movie again and see how eating pizza while watching it affected our
Experience.
experience.
It's like a science experiment.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Like No,
No?
that's not how science works.
Yes, it
you
is.
have to
Sure.
watch the movie without eating pizza first. That's
Right.
the
Well, we
control.
did, though,
Control.
probably.
Probably.
Let's go around the horn.
We'll
Have you
get
guys ever watched a movie without eating pizza?
Yeah, all the time.
most movies.
Who are you?
Do you buy pizza at the
Am I
movie
gonna
theater? You
stand?
buy that garbage at the movie theater?
You eat pizza, garbage, movie theater? Oh boy.
I eat garbage at the movie
Margar-
theater. At the pizza theater.
Whoa.
You know who may or may not eat pizza?
Who?
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
You said it too many times.
Oh, no.
Wait, why?
My name is Dan.
I'm Molly.
I'm also Dan.
I'm Beth.
And as you guessed, our movie is Beetlejuice.
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 That's
Done.
a really good guess, guys.
Yeah. A movie
Yep.
that came out in the 90s. 94.
2. Chiquette's bet's 94.
You're saying two.
Molly bet 92.
Dan bet.
90, Dan bet 94.
No, I didn't say 94. Oh, no, you said 94.
My name is also Dan.
Right, we established that. I'm going to say, shit. Which came first? Batman or Beetlejuice?
Oh.
Now
Ooh.
I feel like this precedes Batman.
87. I'm saying 87.
Yeah.
I'll say 88. Because I feel like this is pre-Beth Gibbs.
Price is right in me.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's pre-Gibbs.
Yeah, it's pre-Gibbs.
I also think this is probably pre-Batman, which makes my guess very wrong.
Yes.
But it also doesn't seem like it feels like an early 90s, not a late 80s movie. Maybe it was ahead of
Yeah.
its time.
Maybe.
Well, does anyone know how old Winona Ryder is?
Nope.
Is she in this
yes,
movie?
she is.
She's the teen.
Yes.
Oh.
This is a big movie for her.
Is she actually a teen in this movie when portraying
yes.
a teen?
Yes, because she goes to high school. I'm pretty sure.
But I mean, like, is the
she
actor
actually teen?
actually teenaged?
Possibly.
I
Would
think
this
she's
be
a
before
teenager.
or after Heather's? That's a big question for me. I feel like it must have been after.
No, really?
Well,
I have not seen Heather's.
Me neither.
that is what I know because we're not able to watch Heather's for the show because neither of you have seen it.
Ouch.
Apologies.
So it's either... So this movie either took place in the late 80s and is ahead of its time, or...
The early 90s and is right on the nose.
Yeah.
Either way, it stars Michael Keaton, which
Yep.
is why we're talking about Batman.
Yes.
Yep.
As the aforementioned Beetlejuice.
I thought you were going Danny Elfman. Which movie did he compose the music for first?
Ooh, probably
Wow.
this one.
Is this
Assuming
also a
this came-
Tim Burton
Yes.
movie?
Yes.
Okay.
This is where...
Because it looks like a Tim Burton
This
movie.
is where the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton marriage of convenience began, I believe, was Beetlejuice.
Okay. And then they were
Because
like,
I'm assuming this is pre-Batman.
And then he was like, hey, I got this gig. It's called Batman.
Yeah.
So you think Burton got the Batman gig and then was like, hey, my buddy Michael Keaton wants to...
I think so.
Batman.
Because it was like a big deal that he got cast as Batman. Because
Right.
he was like, he's a comedy guy.
Mr. Mom?
Yeah.
More like Bat Mom.
Right. And, yeah.
And I believe it was Tim Burton who famously said, all people are talking about is Michael Keaton's chin. If they want a strong chin, they should have cast Leno. Drop the mic. I made that up. That may not be true. I mean, it's in my brain as true. But actually, as soon as I said that, I
you
thought...
backed away so fast from that.
Like, oh no. Well, now we have the newsletter to be accountable to.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Subscribe at...
TotesRecall.com/newsletter?
No, it's just
There's just a link, right?
It's a link.
Yeah, it'll bring you
Like a
to
button.
a website with all of our episodes. On the right-hand side, there's a little thing where you can subscribe to our newsletter. It's great.
You'll figure it
guys.
out. If you are smart enough to navigate a webpage,
Yes.
then you can subscribe to our newsletter.
Yes. Otherwise,
If not, screw you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Honk,
listeners.
honk. That's a reference to Beetlejuice.
Oh, really?
Kinda.
I watched this movie a lot as a kid. This was like a VHS recording off cable
Nice.
type situation. Which I was thinking about that today, even though I tried not to think about the movie beforehand. I apologize. When you guys were kids, like you probably watched movies over and over again, right? As all
Yes.
kids do. Did you own those movies? How did you watch those movies?
Yeah, I owned the movies that I would watch over and over.
Yeah, but like you
They
bought
were
like the
mostly
official
Disney
copy,
movies.
right?
Yeah.
Because I think we owned like 0 movies.
You just
They
taped
were
them off.
all taped off cable.
Nice.
I don't remember owning any VHS. All we had were a bunch of blank tapes that we kept recording over.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you'd get this mishmash.
Right
Yeah.
at the end, it would like fuzz out, and you'd get like some weird English drama.
Or like
Yeah.
a commercial.
I would
or
do that
something.
with TV shows for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
I had a lot of TV shows, and it would go over time because you could tell like I was aging because it'd be like episodes of SpongeBob that were then cut by The Office.
Uh-huh.
Like there are trails of SpongeBob. At
Oh,
the
like
end.
the geology of
Yes,
your
exactly.
Wow.
VHS archiving.
Can I just say I am old enough that I remember going to watch movies multiple times in the theater. And for whatever reason, the movies we saw multiple times were 9 to 5, starring Dolly Parton,
Classic.
a movie I still love. Arthur, which is highly inappropriate for children. I don't know why I got dragged to that so often. It's about a British drunkard and a lady, I think. Clearly made an impression. And probably another movie.
What does you being old enough have to do with seeing movies in the theater multiple times?
Because we didn't have, there was no VHS.
The convenience of videotaping things was not apparent for movie watching multiple
there
times.
was no way to watch a movie at home.
As far as I know, we did not have a VHS until I was in middle school, like maybe 5th or 6th grade, and it was supposed to be portable so you could record.
Yeah.
But they basically just put a strap on a regular VHS player,
Yeah.
and there was a cable attached to a giant movie, and you're supposed to use that, and it was all plugged in.
That is amazing.
Like your faces right now tell me that.
I cannot understand what you're doing.
It's incredible. It's like a proton pack from Ghostbusters.
Well, no, it wasn't a backpack. It was just like over the shoulder.
Okay.
But it was heavy. Like
Yeah.
it was not.
Of course it is.
It was just like the most ridiculous design, but it was kind of cutting edge at the time.
Why did you need your VCR to be portable?
So that you could record. Like it had a camera.
Lights.
Oh.
Record lights.
This was like
camera on it.
This
Yeah.
was like a
No,
prototype camcorder.
Okay.
Or
Picture the VHS box.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a strap on it that you can carry on your shoulder.
Yeah.
VHS box or VCR box?
VCR box. Thank you.
They're way different.
I
VHS
know,
the
I
tape.
know,
That's
but
way smaller.
This is true. Yes. And then there's a cable. There's a cable.
For the listener, Dan just pushed his glasses up the bridge of his nose. I'm just saying that.
It was a little haughty.
I'm just trying to help you communicate
Paint the picture.
your picture accurately.
Yes. Anyway, and then you would still plug it into the wall. No. There's a battery pack. I'm sorry, guys.
Your story has
reconstructing
holes
this.
aplenty. This is a leaking
and
ship.
you took that to Beetlejuice and made an illegal
No,
copy for the
Oh,
no.
cool.
I'm trying to explain to you that there was a time when homes did not have VHS players called VCRs, and even if they did, you were thinking that you were purchasing to do home videos, not necessarily just to play VHS tapes.
Why? Okay, here's a question then. Was there at one point a low-speed video cassette? Because I assume that's what VHS stands for, right? Like video high speed or something like that?
I have no idea.
Like if it's VCR is video cassette recorder,
Yes.
why wouldn't we just call the tapes VCs?
Cassettes.
Like cassettes. Like video cassettes. But no, we call them VHS to differentiate them from Betamax.
Right.
But Betamax had its own player.
Yeah.
So that doesn't have anything to do with it.
And that sounds more like a brand rather than an acronym.
Right. Was VHS a brand originally? Did we get rollerbladed in our childhood without realizing it?
Video
Honing system.
Honing?
Yeah,
Home security.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Video home system.
Put that down.
Yeah, that's,
VHS stands for video home
I'm
system.
going to say high speed.
Video high speed.
Because why not?
Why isn't it like HSV?
Video high school.
Ooh. When did you guys see this movie, by the way?
When it came out in theaters.
Multiple times.
No.
Not this one.
Maybe twice, but
Okay.
I have trouble believing that because I remember so little about this movie.
Right.
I remember seeing it in the theater at least once and then bits of it on TV for a long time.
Yes. Okay. I watched it a ton on a VHS. I do not remember if it was legitimate or recorded off TV. Probably legit. I don't know, because there's a high level swear in this movie, and I feel like if that were on our copy, I would not have been allowed to watch it so freely. You know what I mean? So maybe I had the TV version. I don't know. Oh, unless it was like no, it's still never mind. Because I was going to say unless it was like an audio dub, but why would we buy a legitimate copy that was then dubbed, had the profanity dubbed out?
Maybe your parents did it.
They found a
clean
family-friendly, clean...
No,
They
just
dubbed it.
They over...
Oh, like, so my entire life, Beetlejuice sounds like my dad for like 30 seconds?
Yep.
Oh.
I think, okay, this is a recurring theme of movies that I've seen on television, but I'm not sure I've seen the entire film.
Good.
I know I've seen lots of it.
Okay.
Because I can picture a lot of it.
Okay.
But I don't know that I've ever just sat down and watched it start to finish.
Okay.
Our protagonist is Alec Baldwin
And
Yes.
Gina
Oh.
Davis.
and Gina Davis.
Wow.
Yes.
You already remember more than me?
Yeah, and I think this movie starts with them dying.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. And they want
Right.
to stay in the house.
They like drive over a bridge.
Right.
And the bridge, I remember being real creepy.
It is creepy.
And it like collapses and they die in a bridge collapse.
Or something.
Or something.
Or they like go off the bridge.
Yeah.
Or something.
It's
Let's
already-
take a moment.
Okay.
I think Molly has already announced herself as the one who remembers this movie the least.
I think probably, yes.
Let us take a moment to have Molly summarize this film's premise as best she can.
Well, that was already more information than I had.
Good.
Basically, there is a house with Winona Ryder in it, and she's misunderstood and has a weird haircut. And there
Like
are
weird cool or weird
oh
just...
no, super cool.
Okay.
Yeah, like baby bangs and stuff.
Sure.
Unevenly cut. Molly's bets, cool bangs on Winona Ryder. The house is haunted, but what I more remember than that is that this Beetlejuice guy shows up when you say Beetlejuice 3 times. And then in the end, there's a really fun song that I can't remember the end to, but they dance and they float up. And then the credits.
So there's at least 40 minutes just a complete blank for you.
You don't remember Beetlejuice's relationship to anybody. He just shows up.
Well, he's not nice.
But like
Right?
comically not nice. Mostly.
He's like a kind of like a
It's like a sassy jerk.
sassy
He's
jerk.
like a jerk that I think is sort of like, I feel like, and again, since when I saw this, I used to watch this when I was a kid, so I was probably just like delighted by his character.
Yeah.
But I feel like watching it now as an adult who actually will follow the plot,
Yeah.
I imagine that his intentions are more sinister than I remember. Like he plays himself up like he's this crazy clown guy.
Yeah.
But I feel like his ultimate goal is more sinister than I remember it being.
Does he show up in like a deal with the devil sort of situation? Like
I think so.
Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis are dead, but they don't know they're dead.
I think
Do they know they're dead?
I think they figure it out at some
and
point.
I think they might recruit Winona Ryder to help them get out of. They're like trapped in the attic or something.
Oh, is
Yeah.
And
she?
there's like a weird model
Yeah.
of the village
Yeah.
that like Beetlejuice lives in.
How do you remember all this?
I saw it a bunch.
Oh yeah. Wait, is Winona Ryder alive?
Yes.
Yes.
But she can see this.
Because she's an angsty teen, so she can see dead people.
Okay.
Yeah. And then she might recruit Beetlejuice to help them like get out of limbo or something.
Yeah, I don't
or-
remember who first meets Beetlejuice.
Is it a library book? Molly's Bets is
maybe,
a library
yeah.
book.
With Beetlejuice in it?
No, that's Winona Ryder goes to the library to figure it out.
Oh.
I feel like either that or it's just in the attic, the book.
Oh.
But
Maybe.
a book is a good bet.
Because he's
You can
like a...
And tell us how Molly Chase relates to the world. There's a problem, so they go to the library.
The part that I remember most distinctly maybe is when they go to like the afterworld.
Like the bureaucratic...
But it's like super bureaucratic.
Yeah.
Which I remember being delighted by,
Me
even as
too,
a child.
yeah.
Like, there's like a weird monster who like is like taking tickets and they have to wait, but like their number's like an
Forever,
infinity or
yeah.
whatever.
Oh, right.
And then maybe they want to like jump the line, and that's how they get Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I don't
He's
know.
like a rapscallion.
He's definitely... Like, he is definitely a... Like, a... He's a buck the system creature from the underworld.
Yeah, he's like a sleazy salesman,
Or
music
something,
man type
yeah.
character, but for dead people. And he makes like a plate, grab someone's face. They all sing that song
Yeah.
about a tarantula.
Ugh.
You don't remember that?
Oh, yeah, no.
Hey,
I
Mr.
never remember the lyrics.
Oh, that's a fun song.
It's not about a tarantula.
It might be.
Wanna come home? Yeah, it does.
There might be a trance in there.
6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch.
Yeah.
Daylight
Wait, why is it a
come
tarantula?
and-
Probably
it's
living
a
in the
song about
bananas.
people counting bananas. Maybe this is a racist song.
It probably is. I bet it is.
But then there's like a big tarantula, and that's like the villain of the song about counting bananas.
Okay. I thought you were saying that song was about tarantulas,
I thought that too.
and
It
that
sort of is.
No, it is not.
It's about a tarantula
hanging out in the bananas,
hanging out in
right?
the bananas that they're counting. The tally man.
I think that song existed before this movie,
Yes.
Yeah.
It did.
It's
a
song.
classic.
Yeah.
so I'm not sure that it's about tarantulas getting bananas.
That's like in the lyrics.
All Dan is
That's
saying...
bet no tarantula in the
Oh.
lyrics.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
What do you think it's about? Just bananas?
Straight up banana counting?
Yeah, I think it's about harvesting. It's a song to sing while you harvest.
Yeah, but
I don't think Dan's
watch out.
discounting that.
Watch out, there's a tarantula in the bananas.
You know, that happens.
Yeah, it does.
There are people who work at grocery stores
Yeah.
who are unloading bananas, and sometimes there are poisonous spiders in them.
Which tarantulas are not a poisonous spider.
No,
though.
well, okay.
They poison your amygdala because your fear center goes crazy.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
They are crazy big,
Yeah.
but they're cool. I think tarantulas are really cool.
Dan's bet. Tarantulas are crazy big but cool.
That's my new bumper sticker.
I still agree with that. I just don't know that invalidates my story about the banana unpacking at grocery stores.
I
Well,
agree.
I didn't want the listeners to infer that tarantulas were poisonous.
You don't want this to be another Jurassic Park situation where we're just lying left
Yeah,
and
and
right.
then propagate this myth that
it's a
tarantulas
fear.
were super dangerous and
Right.
everybody's going out smashing tarantulas because they're like, it's poisonous, kill it.
Right.
Even though you shouldn't probably kill the
No.
poisonous ones either. You're invading their domain,
Yeah.
man. So maybe you should get out of there.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Get out of here.
And tally me
Kroger.
bananas. That's the song, Tally Me
Yeah.
Bananas.
It's like a labor song
Yeah.
that then got a saucy update by, I'm going to say, Dance Bet, Harry Belafonte.
Wow.
Oh, that 100%. That's correct.
Yeah.
So anyway, Beetlejuice makes everybody sing that, including a fat man.
Otho.
Wait. One of the guys this is at the dining room table?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the guys in there is the principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, really?
That is my bet.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then Winona Ryder's mom is a beloved comedy actress whose name I can't remember.
Ooh, Carol King.
Yep. No. Carol. No. Hold
Burnett.
on. No. Catherine O'Hara. Bam!
Ah!
Really? She's in this movie?
Yeah.
She's great.
She is great.
I have a Beetlejuice story that doesn't have to do with the movie.
Perfect.
But I just thought of it.
Is it about the cartoon?
I was
What? Yes.
Okay, I was gonna bring up the cartoon because I think I saw the cartoon before I saw the movie.
Oh.
Because I was like, oh, there's a movie here. Okay. But this. So I went in high school. I went to Universal Studios on a band trip.
Yeah.
I played the alto saxophone.
Nice.
So NBD. But when we got there, they have like people dressed up as characters and they're just wandering around. One of the characters was Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
And his deal is that he just like goes around and insults people.
Yeah.
I feel like I said that weird. insults people.
Beetlejuice would insult your pronunciation of that word.
So one of my friends really wanted a picture with Beetlejuice, so I was like, I'll take a picture. And I went to take a picture, and Beetlejuice said, I thought I was having a bad hair day about me.
Yeah.
Right?
Burn.
But, that's humorous. It's a humorous thing to say.
Sure.
Unless you are a teenage girl who is very insecure about her curly hair. And for the rest of that trip, I avoided Beetlejuice. I could hear him walking down the streets, and I'd be like, let's go to this thing over here.
Oh, no.
Are you going to have a PTSD flashback?
When we watch this
probably.
movie?
I'd be like, my hair.
But, yeah.
That's Beetlejuice, man.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice
Yes.
don't...
I am curious to see how much of a villain he is.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to get rid of him at the end. You have to say his
Yeah.
name 3 times. And I remember there's kind of a creepy part where they're trying to say it and he's turning people's mouths
Yes.
into locked things.
I think he is
a zipper and then a full on stapled mouth.
I think he's literally forcing Winona Ryder to ghost marry him.
Yes.
Or something,
Oh,
right?
yes!
Yeah. He breaks bad at some point in this movie. But in a kind of comical way.
But, so he needs her to marry
don't know
him
why,
so he
though.
can be,
Does he
back
cross
in the-
over
Ooh, maybe.
into the world and bring darkness upon the land?
Oh,
I don't even know if he's that evil.
No, I
think
feel
he's
like
just
he's more
a
like
selfish...
a poltergeist.
Yeah, he's
kind of
selfish.
Tries to mess with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's
he's
just a dick. I don't think he
Yeah.
actually has any sort of grand plans or anything.
And the only reason that he wants to marry her is for some selfish reason. That
Yeah.
he because of the bureaucracy, there's
Yeah.
probably some rule that if you're married to a 16-year-old girl who's still alive.
You can come back. I wonder if the dead people want to be back alive.
Right.
And they're like, no, you can't do that. And then Beetlejuice pops out. He's like, well, I know a way. And then by the end of the movie, they're like, well, this is what you signed up for.
Right.
You made this deal. I'm going to marry this girl, and then we'll all be alive again. And they're like, oh, we've come to terms with being dead. We're
something.
fine, and our
Right.
souls are free. And then we'll rise into the air,
Yeah, they dance to the banana song.
and then grease up into the air.
No, they grease
No,
up
but they're
into
just-
up into the vaulted
No,
ceilings of
just
the
in
house.
the ceiling. They're not escaping.
Oh,
It's
they're
not
just
like
dancing.
the resurrection or anything. They're just.
I think they are alive at the end.
No, they're still ghosts.
They are?
Yeah, but
They're
they're
okay with it?
Yeah, I think they just
Aren't
accept
they
being
newlyweds?
ghosts. I think so.
Oh.
I think they just got that house, and then they get pissed because Catherine O'Hara moves in, and they're like, "This is our house," and they haven't accepted the fact that they're dead.
Yeah.
So they're haunting the house,
Oh.
and then I think Beetlejuice helps them haunt it or something.
Oh, is he trying to help them get that family out of
Maybe.
the house?
Yeah, he's some sort of freelance asshole of the dead. I know, he's some kind of rogue element
Yeah.
of the undead world. He doesn't. I think he has a business card. And,
Well, he has
he's
a suit.
He has
A
a
very
Black and white
great
striped
suit.
suit.
yeah, great suit. I maintain
green
he
hair.
is akin to the Music Man.
I'm gonna go with. I agree.
He's a traveling
Stripes? The
salesman
stripes?
type swindler.
Yeah, definitely a swindler.
Does
I
he have
have
green
not-
hair?
No.
Yeah, I mean it's
White-
just
it's white,
gross.
wispy.
He's just all gross. His entire face is
gross.
gross. It's
Okay.
white and green of various tones.
I don't think I knew that this was Michael Keaton until much later. But I watched it, I was like, oh, gross Beetlejuice,
Yeah.
well, whatever. And then it took me a while to realize that maybe actors were people that were in multiple things. I
Yeah.
don't know. But at some point later, someone told me Beetlejuice was Michael Keaton,
Right.
and it was a big what?
You're like, that
moment for
handsome
me.
man from Gung Ho was Beetlejuice.
Yeah. While we were watching Gung Ho, it's like that plant's got to stay open.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh. I rewatched that recently. That is a
holds
okay
up.
movie. Yeah.
All right.
Michael Keaton's great. I love
Oh,
Michael
he's
Keaton.
awesome.
I do too. I'm excited to watch this movie again because I saw this a bunch as a young man, young boy, I guess, child. And I have not seen it since. This wasn't one of those movies where, a lot of movies, my friends and I, when we became independent teens / college age kids who understood the internet and realized you could get whatever you want anytime you wanted.
Yeah.
Through illegal means. This was not one of those movies where we were like, oh, we should totally watch Beetlejuice again, which were a lot of movies we watched as children, but this
Yeah.
was not one of them, so I'm very curious.
Do you think, is this a kid's movie?
No.
No.
Oh.
This is like a...
PG-13,
Yeah.
right?
This
It,
is,
I mean,
mean-
not a little kids movie, but
No, it's not
It's for kids.
It's a
Isn't it?
family movie.
I think it's a grotesque family. It is a Tim Burton family movie back when he wasn't quite as family oriented as he sometimes is now.
Is this pre-Edward Scissorhands?
Yes.
No. My guess is no.
No,
Is this
come
his
on.
big break? What's Tim Burton's big break?
Nightmare Before Christmas?
No,
That
come
was
on, you
later.
guys. Scissorhands had to be later.
Why?
Winona Ryder's also in that.
Because Scissorhands was like his. That was his like. That's when his. That's when his like. Film marriage with Johnny Depp started. He had his Michael Keaton phase, then he had his Johnny Depp phase.
Okay.
Okay, so is this it? Is this Tim Burton?
I don't know,
number one?
maybe, or at least one of his bigger beginning ones.
I'm gonna bet this is his first. This is a big directorial debut, which totally shoots my '94 bet in the foot. But I regret that big time.
Right.
So I think this is Timmy B's big moment. He might have done some other stuff, but
Sure.
this is like, oh, a Tim Burton movie. This is the first one.
Here's my question. For the Bechdel test,
Oh yeah.
are we going to accept two named female characters talking to each other about Beetlejuice?
I think no.
No, he's a man.
He's
Well, he's a
obviously
man. Okay.
But I do think it passes. I think Gina Davis and Winona Ryder will talk to each other at some point.
And I think Winona Ryder and her mom talk to each other about
Okay.
like the house
Great.
and not some dude.
Yeah, like, oh, I know the house is.
Yeah.
You moved away from your friends, but you'll be fine here. Oh,
Yeah.
I hate you, Mom.
Sounds
That
accurate.
sort of convo.
I will give you so many extra points if that's exactly
Pretty
the
amazing.
lines of dialogue.
I'll give it a pass as well. Gina Davis, right? She wouldn't be in a movie that didn't pass.
I mean, this was early in her career, so she probably at least like politely nudge
Yeah.
in like between takes.
And there's like maybe at least 3 named female characters you
Indeed.
can think of.
Indeed.
I feel
if
like we're
it
going to be
fails, I'm going to be
disappointed.
really upset.
But it's a good. I mean, there is a good chance though because we've got Gina Davis, we've got Winona Ryder, we've got Winona Ryder's mom. These are all people who are not.
Do you think her mom's named? I feel like she
bet
might
she
just
is.
say mom.
I don't know because she has a bunch of people over because they all do that dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of them must say her name, right?
No.
No.
They don't have
We've
to.
been hurt so often. I feel like
the fact that we can name the actresses who played the 3 female characters is like a really strong sign that it will pass. But I don't know. I've had my hopes crushed before.
Yeah, we all have.
So
Well,
we're
what
all
about for
hesitant passes.
But what about for the film itself? How many Beetlejuice boxes would you give it?
How many bananas would
Beetlejuice
we?
box?
What's a Beetlejuice box?
It's like a juice
It's like
box.
a juice box. with
It's a
Beetles
juice
in it.
box. Well, I was thinking
How
about
many bananas would we tally?
how many bananas would you tally? That's yes. How many bananas would you tally?
What, did I force my banana agenda?
Yes,
Yeah, you did.
that's
Go
fine.
ahead.
Go
Go ahead.
ahead.
No, I can give it juice boxes. I'm
No,
sorry.
too late.
No, it's fine.
Whew. I don't know. This is a movie on the low end of remembering them for me. And I liked it a lot as a kid, but I feel like it might be really hokey now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it 3 banana beetle juice box legs.
What?
Wow.
Like a 3-legged banana juice box.
So is that like 3 out of 8?
Oh,
Yeah,
I was going 3 out of 5.
Okay, that's probably simpler.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 3.
All right.
I feel like bananas would come in bunches of 5.
Yeah.
At your local grocery store.
That's a believable amount in a banana bunch.
Molly's bets. 5 is a believable number of bananas in a bunch.
I wonder if there's some weird international organization that has like mandated like a bunch is this many.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, like
for
a peck.
bananas. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Or a bushel.
Bushel and a peck. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. That's a song.
I did.
Okay.
I don't know. I just started making duck hands
Oh, good.
to sing along.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to say 2.
Ooh.
And here is why.
Low bar.
I think I'm going to be upset by Beetlejuice being mean to people. However, it's a 4 if there is a happy ghost dog
Ooh. Okay.
or some kind of happy ghost animal. I feel like would give it a couple more bananas.
I feel
for
like
me.
there might be like a creature like a creepy crawly.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think it'll depend on your definition of happy. Because there's definitely some like very self-actualized creatures. But it might just be that they're like apex predators.
Wow, I'm going to stick with 2 bananas.
Yeah.
Juice boxes.
Banana juice, Beetlejuice box.
It doesn't
legs.
matter. 2 units of enjoyment out of 5.
Oh, happy Halloween!
All right.
Yeah.
It's our Halloween episode. You can edit that to the beginning
Sure she will.
so people know.
Take care of it in post.
Yeah. Oh, boy. It's fine. It's the first half.
It's first half. It's pretty good.
I'm going to... God, I fucking loved this movie when I was a kid. But I definitely, because I was a kid, like, was so entranced by just the visual element of it.
Yeah.
You know, and just sort of like the wackadoo parts of Beetlejuice just being Beetlejuice. So I'm going to give it a... I'm going to give it a... No, I'm going to be live dangerously. I'm going to give it a hesitant 4.
Whoa.
The most dangerous way to live.
Yeah.
With
Because,
hesitancy.
like, I'm worried I'm going to, like, be really just like, it's fine. You know? Because, yeah, it's a movie, I'm guessing a movie of its time. But maybe we'll be surprised, since we couldn't remember what decade it was made in. Yeah.
I'm going to give it 3 bananas. I almost said stars.
Oh, gross.
Who are you?
Wait,
What are you,
Leonard
Leonard
Maltin?
Maltin? Oh, you already made it. Okay. Dude, take that joke again without me saying it too.
Who am I, Leonard Maltin?
Beth.
That was sad, you guys. Okay, I think I'm gonna give it 3. I think there's a lot of claymation happening, which I'm gonna enjoy.
Ooh.
I think a lot of the creatures in the Netherland or whatever are claymation.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm gonna like it. It sounds like a fun movie. People like it. There is that part of me, though, that's gonna bring me back to me holding a camera at Universal Studios.
Oh my god.
Do you think in this movie he says, and I thought I was having a bad hair day? Do you think he was quoting the movie?
All these years!
That's going to be so great. if
It's
that
just
happens.
him quoting the movie, just doing his job.
That's a good bet.
That'd be amazing.
'Cause
I
if-
would like to add, if you've ever worked at Universal Studios as Beetlejuice, if you wanted to tweet us
Oh
to
my
let
god.
us know
Yes.
to
whether
apologize to me for years and years.
Yeah, this would have been what, like 93, 94?
Yes,
Something
I
like
went to
that?
high school in 1993.
I don't know.
I don't know how old. I thought you were like a tween. You're a high school kid?
Okay, in 93, I was 4 years
But how old are you when
Oh,
Beetlejuice
I did my
assaulted
math
you?
wrong.
I'm
2003, 2004.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the new millennium.
Going to high school after Y2K.
Oh, weird. I mean, I went to high school partly after. Forget it.
And with that, we're gonna press pause and watch Beetlejuice, and we'll be right back. And we're back. We've just watched 92 minutes of Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Now he's gonna come in.
Freed him, but maybe he was already around.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And sometimes he seemed to be able to kind of just do what he wanted. But then if he said his name again, he couldn't.
The rules were not clear to me.
It was fluid. The rules seemed fluid a little bit.
And inconsistent.
Yeah.
But, delightful movie, I thought.
Wait a minute. No, they worked out. Never mind. Just figured it out. Because they...
Go ahead.
Okay. So they said his name 3 times. And then he offered his services. And they said, no thank you. But they did not do the incantation of his name again. Which is why he didn't get trapped again until she said it 3 times after he snaked out.
So you're saying it's like aloha. It's both hello and goodbye.
Yes.
Okay.
But it
And-
really just, it didn't make him go away. It just, put him back in the miniature
thing.
town.
Yeah.
Where he could still do whatever he wanted to.
In the miniature town.
Yeah,
Yeah. But he couldn't, affect the house.
sure. But how
It's
do
like
you...
stuffing down your feelings.
Yeah.
Right. They're still there. They're just not... They're not as effective.
They're just not affecting the house.
Yeah.
So your family doesn't
Yeah.
get
But They're always there. You can't get rid of them.
Wait, are we saying that Beetlejuice is like a sophisticated, grotesque metaphor for like depression?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's a metaphor for colonialism or maybe gentrification.
Wow.
There's definitely some class warfare going on.
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Man, we just dove right in on this one.
We just dove in. This movie was 1988,
Yeah.
which Beth nailed.
Boom.
Yeah.
Congrats.
So this was sort of Tim Burton's first big Tim Burton movie.
Yeah.
He directed Pee-wee's Fun
Big
Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't like a lot of black and white and weird
Right.
creatures.
It had some
type
spook
Tim Burton.
moments, but
Yeah.
it was more about the
Oh, it had
character.
snakes.
And it had Large Marge, the terrifying...
Oh.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had some moments, but it was much more a Paul Rubens vehicle than a Tim Burton,
Tim-
let's start doing crazy visuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we nailed that.
We sure
But
did.
yeah, this movie does start as we thought with Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis dying, and then they sort of wake up dead, or they come back and don't know they're dead right away.
Yeah.
But they figure it out real fast.
Yeah.
Like there's no. As I was watching that part, I was like, oh, is there going to be a whole middle part where they don't know they're dead?
Right.
So then they figure out they're dead real fast.
Yes.
But then this other family moves in and they're like, oh shit, someone's going to live in our house and we hate them. The other family, Catherine O'Hara and the Ferris Bueller principal.
Yeah.
As
I didn't look up his name.
Nope.
Yeah. But he's good.
Yep.
They reminded me a lot of like the annoying neighbors in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh, yeah. Right. They're
and
like
other dude.
super modern, wealthy, just self-absorbed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you're
I
right.
wonder if like that's like in the late 80s, was that like a common sort of, not really villain, but like type of person to make fun of?
It was
Probably.
the condo yuppie.
Yeah.
They used the word condo twice in this movie.
They did.
Right.
Both times.
Spoken.
They do not write the word condo at all in this movie. Whenever it was mentioned, it was spoken.
Yeah. And they had a helpful book. What was it called? The
Guide to Undead?
Guide for the recently
Yeah, Guide for the
deceased, or
Recently
something like that.
Deceased.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the opposite of undead. Well,
Recently deceased.
recently deceased.
Yes.
They're undead. Yes.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Well, undead is like vampires,
I think undead it's anything that's neither dead nor alive.
but they are dead.
Well, then why would it be unlive?
Because they're like dead, but they're not.
But they are dead.
Yes,
But
but they're
they're
not just like a
living still.
corpse dead. They're in between.
I guess.
I wonder how
They
far
had
can we
thoughts
push?
and moved.
Because there's the death for the dead, which we saw in the waiting area, where
Yeah.
there's all these lost souls, which the helpful ghost janitor described as death for the dead.
Ghost Janitor might have been the scariest thing in that entire movie.
Just
Because he
he's
just
a
popped out of
creeper.
nowhere.
He's just really creepy, and then he was like, "That's where the living dead."
What do you think he's cleaning up in there?
Ghost
Just like,
dirt.
yeah.
Dead cells.
Ghost-
Undead cells.
Oh, ghost mites.
Mites? Dust?
Yeah, I mean Beetlejuice is real dirty. He's
Yeah,
got,
he
like,
is really
a lot
dirty.
of face
He
dirt.
is like he seems more undead because he actually looked like a corpse. Like
Yeah.
all the time. But maybe that was a personal choice on his part.
It could be, or he was also like really old, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he
talked
said he
about
lived
it.
through the Black Plague
Right.
or something.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He said he loved it,
Yeah.
and he kept watching The Exorcist, and it got funnier. every time.
160 times.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't understand what he was saying.
Yeah.
He talks real fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does.
he is manic.
Motormouth.
Yeah.
Motormouth, Beetlejuice.
Motormouth. Oh, try saying that 3 times fast.
He appeared.
I don't. Okay, so but here's what I don't understand. So Beetlejuice, did he like move in to the miniature town?
Yes.
Is that what we're supposed to understand?
I think he was targeting that couple.
because there's that moment. There's a moment at the beginning when they first kind of figure out they're dead. That they cut to like a Professor Gadget, Dr. Claw shot of Beetlejuice reading the paper, but you only see his hand, and he like goes to the obituaries because he has to look for work. He says, and then it says like, "Welcome to the Maitlands."
Yeah, he's
It's
trying to find clients.
Yeah.
It's pretty unclear. Like, there's no payment.
Right.
Like, he's never asked to be paid in any way.
No.
And as far as we know, there's not, like, ghost bucks.
Yeah.
But yes, he's looking for work. He's opened the obituaries to
Right.
see who just died and to see who he can go, like...
Exploit.
Swindle, right?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Swindle for what?
It wasn't clear what he was swindling for. The only thing that he wanted was to get married
Right.
to Lydia at the end.
But he didn't know that Lydia lived there when he first...
But
Right.
that's just step one. Like, if you want to meet somebody,
Yeah.
you have to be at the party.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So you have to be in full size in the haunted house.
So you're saying he was just using the Maitlands to have more access to the living so that he could find a living person to swindle?
Well, sure.
Like, was he playing a long con?
That seems like... Yes, I agree. That's the only thing that makes sense. Right? You gotta get in the game
Yeah.
to play ball.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's how the expression
Yeah,
goes.
that's-
No, that sounds right.
Yeah, like he's got a service he can offer.
Yes,
which
he is
is
a bio-exorcist
scaring the living.
out of your house that you haunt.
Right. And so he presumably is going around trying to independently do that. He's like a freelancer.
Yeah, he used to be their... Like, they have, like, an agent of the afterlife that,
Like
like...
a caseworker.
A caseworker.
Yeah.
And he was apparently her assistant at some point.
Right. But as an assistant, he wouldn't have scared people out of the house. Maybe he would have gone and like done some.
I imagine he was
on-the-job
just
training.
like, well, because she was an expert on haunt, you know, because she kept telling them like what to do,
Right.
Like how she wanted them to haunt them.
Wasn't the idea that he was like, that he decided he could do better by helping people get living people out of their houses?
I believe that this was a Lucifer metaphor.
Okay,
Yeah, that he had a job,
right,
but he had hubris
Yes.
and decided that he was
definitely,
bigger and better than the job he was
Yeah,
assigned
I mean,
and went out on his own.
because they did establish that the afterlife bureaucracy is very slow, very tedious.
It's like it's a giant corporation
Yes,
or maybe a government agency.
probably more like that.
Yeah.
So Beetlejuice is like a
Contractor, he's Snowden.
holy shit.
He's
No.
Snowden?
No.
He's not Snowden.
He's kind of, isn't he?
He's not revealing secrets about
the-
the bureaucracy.
That's true. Actually, yeah, because Barb and Adam, Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis,
Yeah.
the adorable couple that dies
So
at the
sweet.
beginning,
Yeah, they have a great marriage.
they're adorable. Which is funny. I was actually that was like a fun part of the movie is how like there's like this adorable couple and then they keep doing these like horrible, grotesque things to themselves to try to scare the Dietzes.
And they're still so cute.
Yeah, and they're so bad at it because they're adorable. What was I saying?
We were talking about what Beetlejuice is metaphorically,
Oh,
if not Edward Snowden.
Well, I was saying that the Adam and I forgot her name.
Barb.
Barb are more like Snowden because at one point their caseworker is like, now you have to get them out of your house because they found the book and we can't let them find evidence that the afterlife exists. That was like one of the rules they were almost
Yeah,
breaking.
it seemed like it would be a big
So she was like
scandal.
insisting that they get them out at that point. Like at first it was sort of like, do whatever you want. I'm not going to help you get them out of your house. It's your house. Do what you like.
Yeah.
But then it was like, now you're causing trouble.
And I found the, as predicted, I found this sort of, the specificity of the bureaucracy pretty interesting. Like they had been, like, it's sort of offhand, but she said they had like 125 or 165 years they had to stay in that house.
Yeah.
125.
Yeah, that was like their term. I don't know
Yeah.
how they got calculated.
Yeah.
But like they had to be there that long. And then I guess they, I don't know, move on. They can go wherever they want or they go to heaven or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention enough to figure out what else she was saying
Yeah,
at that moment.
it was like sort of subtle. I didn't quite get what was going on, but
Yeah.
I like to imagine like that's like, okay, here's your job that you have now that you're dead. You
Right.
have to occupy this house, and it seemed like required to scare them out. Like it seemed more than just like, oh, you'd like them to leave. Here's how to do it. Like it seemed like you gotta you have this house. Your job is to haunt it
Right.
because that's what we do. We're ghosts. You have
Yeah.
125
Yeah.
years, and then you're done.
Is it like the afterlife kind of like their house is underwater? Like they're just like, that's the terms of their ghost lease? Like they have to stay in that house?
Yeah, the ghost mortgage.
Yeah.
Because they died too early.
Or something.
They didn't pay enough of being alive.
Maybe.
So we should explain that in addition to the couple that moves in and their daughter Winona Ryder,
Yes.
who's very young in this movie.
Yeah.
I forgot to look up.
And does have cool bangs. As
Cool
Beth
bangs.
very
said.
Thanks.
Great
I
hats.
say Molly Bet was the
Was
bangs.
it?
Oh yeah,
My bad.
definitely. That was one of the few details I remember. That's why I'm hanging on to it. But I would like to say I was 100% accurate.
Yeah, you were.
I left a lot out, but it was all true. Mm-hmm. Pretty much. But anyway, they move in and they have a stepdaughter/daughter, Winona Ryder, and they also basically move in with their interior decorator.
Yeah. I didn't...
Otho?
Otho. Who refuses to use doors. Like, he enters through the window and they're like, just use the door. Maybe there was moving people in the way.
Did you... I didn't hear that part that
Wow.
explained why he went through the window.
He
Yeah.
came through the window and they were like, why? Just use the door, Otho. Like, it was
What was his retort?
I don't remember.
You didn't...
At first I was like, he's just a weirdo.
Okay, sure.
And now, as I'm saying it, maybe the movers were in the way.
He did have that thing, though, about, like, the energy flow of the house or whatever. So
Yeah.
maybe he, like, felt drawn to enter through that window because
Yeah.
that's where it should be, the entrance
Sure.
or something.
But he's kind of an awkward weirdo.
Weirdo.
Yeah. I feel like you really love Otho, Dan.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about your
I
love
was
for
just...
him?
I just remember being delighted by him as a child. I was still very delighted by him as an adult because he is just, like... just needlessly eccentric. You know? Like, they barely explain who he is.
Yeah.
He's apparently their interior designer friend. Because it seems like... I get the impression... I was under the impression that Principal from Ferris Bueller was like a realty, property something. Like, he's a developer, like property developer
He
or
seemed
something.
like a real estate dude and doing very well. I get the
Yes.
impression he was very wealthy.
And
his wife was a failed sculptor.
Right. But Otho seemed to be more her friend.
Yes.
So maybe Otho got to know them because she was like, throw Otho a bone. Let him let him decorate your new retirement home complex.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I feel like he's like sort of sponging
Yeah,
off
for sure.
Ferris Bueller Principal.
Yes, God, I feel bad. I feel real bad.
And he's like, oh, I just got my hooks in this. And he's
Milking
just
a
like,
prostitute.
oh, yeah, design that, whatever.
Yeah.
They pay him a bunch.
But I just love that he's like, I don't know. It's interesting because this was a movie. Like, if this movie were made 7 to 8 years later, and it was written by someone who had no self-respect, Otho would have been this incredibly effeminate, fastidious homosexual, right? Who was just constantly being camp. But instead, he was just this, like, very put together, but still pretty subtle, relatively speaking, character. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, he had a weird haircut. He was a weird dude. But he was never like, oh, look how weird I am. It was just sort of like, he just embodied this odd, I don't know.
Yeah, and he wasn't evil. Like,
No.
even when he did a bad thing, you could tell he regretted it.
Yeah. That bad thing being.
Oh, well, so basically, there's a lot of back and forth about the haunting or non-haunting. Lydia, who is Winona Ryder's character, befriends the ghosts and really loves them. There's actually probably too much back and forth, but anyway,
Yes.
the parent and step-parent characters decide they can make money off the ghosts, invite people from the city, and Lydia is supposed to deliver the ghost to them so that they can make money. Oh, no, first they show up to scare.
They want
Oh,
to...
this is sounding complicated. No wonder I didn't remember.
The
Yeah.
plan is, which I did not remember at
No,
all.
me neither.
But
I remembered the banana song, shrimp hands, and then literally the next 20 minutes of the movie I was just like, what is even happening?
Yeah, but I think their plan is so they are convinced of the ghost after the banana song and the shrimp hands
Yeah.
grab their face.
Yes.
but they're not scared. They're delighted because they're gonna buy the whole town and turn it into like a ghost theme park.
Yeah.
and people are gonna come and like get possessed
Yeah,
and
or-
pay money for that.
It's like the colonial Williamsburg of like spookiness.
Yeah. And so that's a real backfire on the haunting
Right.
that
Yeah.
they tried to do.
Yep.
Because they're so nice. They're just too nice for haunting.
They are very nice.
It's true. They did full choreography for their haunting.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
It
a
was-
great haunting.
It
No.
was fun.
It was
a
too fun.
hunting.
It was too fun.
Hunting? Yep.
Yeah.
Fun hunting.
I mean, the shrimp hands were kind of cool.
The
and
shrimp hands
creepy.
were cool. That song, which is by Harry Belafonte, the
Nice.
Banana Boat song,
Yes.
and does feature
Hey.
a tarantula in its lyrics.
Yes. But there was no tarantula when in the movie.
That's true, which
During
was
that part.
never our
Never
bet.
what our argument was. Never what we were saying.
Okay, I misunderstood what was happening.
Oh,
Well, there's a big spider
there's
in
a
the beginning.
pretty big spider at the beginning. I don't think it was a tarantula, but it was a big one
That's true.
coming over the miniature house, which was cool. Like
Yeah.
that was fun. How the credits was like, oh, here's a small town, but then there's a spider. Oh no, it's a
Oh, is that the real
No.
town? No, it's a model town.
yeah.
Okay, can I ask a quick question?
Yep.
Though?
Yeah.
Okay, back to the song.
Yeah.
When you're hearing 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch,
Yeah.
are you thinking that the 8 foot is referring to the 8 legs of the spider?
No.
No.
Okay.
He's counting the number of bunches of bananas for the tally man.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then there's also a tarantula.
Yeah.
Okay. In my head, you were saying that the song was about a tarantula and that 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch was referring to the feet on the
Oh,
tarantula.
so like the tarantula was like slowly grasping a
Yeah.
bunch of bananas?
I don't know what
Oh.
I. That's why I was like, that is not what that song
No,
is about.
none of
I
us
don't
are
think
That's
so.
hilarious.
That is amazing. That's
I know it always stood out to me that it ended on 8, and that's how many legs spiders have.
Sure.
But I think that's the end of the connection in my brain.
Who knows? We'd have to
But
ask.
I don't remember the first half of our podcast. So maybe that's what I did
Well,
say.
in a couple years, we'll do a Totes Recall first half of Beetlejuice episode.
Yeah, or you can tweet at us at Totes Recall Pod.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. What would them bunches?
Oh no!
That was not bad.
No, the bar is set so low.
It's just
So it's just what with them and then any word and it's a good hashtag.
Well, I mean, that one was better because it was more concise.
And it made some sense. Oh boy.
Yeah, so they do that friendly
They do that
haunting.
friendly haunting, which they are. So, I mean, they were so proud of themselves too. Like they're the most earnest house haunters ever. Like they were so proud of themselves for like doing all that crazy stuff, using their ghost powers.
Yeah.
Really
shrimp
thought it was
hands,
gonna work.
possession. I mean, it was like on paper, like that sounds like a good grade A haunting. Like I'm gonna possess them, make them do stuff against their will.
Yeah.
Which sounds horrible.
Yeah.
But all they made them do was have a delightful dance number with each other
Yeah.
and sing.
And then get thrown on the ground.
And then get thrown on the ground by shrimp hands. Which,
Yeah.
that part is startling.
And I feel like we should just say that the shrimp hands was shrimp cocktail.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
That
The-
emerged
As,
as
like,
hands
arms.
and put on faces.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I remember, as a child, always getting freaked out by that. Like, even after watching it 1,000 times, I'd always get real tense as the song was going on because I knew the shrimp hands was coming.
Were you afraid to have shrimp cocktail?
No,
after that?
I was just always like, oh, here it comes, but I could never quite remember like when they actually pop out.
I will say I don't like shrimp because they remind me of Knuckles. Like
Oh.
like they
I
look
thought you were
like
going to say they
Knuckles
remind
to
you
me.
of that time that Beetlejuice
Yeah.
told you your hair was bad.
Right.
But that just confirmed how much they look
yeah.
like fingers.
Apparently, you and Tim Burton and his production design team had the same thought.
Yep, we're on the same boat.
Banana
Banana
boat.
Shrimp boat.
Ah!
6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot
bunch.
Daylight come. All right.
They want to go home.
Okay, where were we? So that doesn't work. They want to exploit the ghosts.
Yeah.
And then they think they're like, oh shit, maybe we should talk to this Beetlejuice guy.
Yes, they.
Beetlejuice.
And he turns out to be a real creep.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean when you say they, you mean the earnest couple
Adam
gives
and
up
Barb.
on haunting on their
Because
own.
they're so bad at
They
it.
bring in Beetlejuice, and that gets violent.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I was shocked by how vulgar he is.
Yes.
Oh,
He is very sexually forward with Barb.
Yes, he is.
Like whoa.
like tries to honk her front parts.
Yep. He kisses her right away.
Yeah.
Like
Ugh.
straight up assault.
Is like
Just
using a
first.
stick to like pull up her dress
Yeah.
and look underneath it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
he's a lech.
he is. Ooh, a lich.
Ah.
No?
Lich?
Lich is an
Lichfields.
undead
It's where-
wizard.
Really?
Thank you.
A sorcerer who has used
So
his
it's
evil
like-
powers to...
So this is not a witch; it's a lich.
Well, because it's not like it's like lich, like it's coming from, it's like an earth-based, like dead, it's like death.
like Groot.
No, that's a tree.
Lich is a specific type of undead. It's a wizard or sorcerer who has used his magical powers to give himself immortality, but in the process has turned himself undead.
A grotesque, undead, humanoid figure.
Right. They're kind of zombie-like in appearance, but still like sentient and...
So like Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So Lich.
He kind of is a lich, because he's got magic powers.
Yeah, and he lives in the grave, or whatever, lives in graveyards, apparently.
Yeah.
Can I just say how delighted I was by whoever designed the miniature set when they're like on it?
Oh yeah,
like the whole
so good.
geological layers of fake dirt of just like foam and cardboard. That was so fun.
It's really
I had
good.
so much fun in that moment when they're
in the small town
digging out his grave in the miniature town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say, which is more delightful? You think that version or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, there are so many layers to this.
Literally.
Because it's a fake thing already that they make realistically fake.
Yeah.
Right? 'Cause the scale seemed right and the squares seemed right.
Yeah.
So I think it's a tougher challenge.
Sure.
I loved it.
I loved it. I think I like this one better. Something about like seeing the large version of
Fake
scale model
things.
small. Yeah, it's really satisfying to my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he digs into like tries to shovel the grass
And
but
just
it's
pulls
like
it up.
foam, and
Yeah.
then there's like a cork layer,
Delightful.
and then they just start pulling out cardboard.
Love it.
It's good. Yeah. So they dig up creepy Beetlejuice, who is great. I think Michael Keaton does an amazing
God.
job.
Just sells
it's
the
bananas,
hell out of it.
right?
He is 10 for the entire movie.
The
out
whole
of 10.
time.
There's no moment where you're like, oh, he's having an emotional moment.
No.
It's
Or like there's no moment where it's
full on,
just
like
yeah. And like I have like all credit to Michael Keaton because one, he is under like a pound of makeup. He's wearing a fat suit for at least most of that movie.
Yeah.
Or at least a fake belly. So that's got to insulate the core quite a bit.
Sure.
So he's got to be just
how
sweating.
horrible if he wasn't
bullets.
wearing one.
Come on.
He's a young guy.
He is.
That was a weird shape, too.
It was so ridiculous, that
I think
belly.
I was even more... I think the thing that I wasn't expecting to be impressed by, but I was early on before he even comes to life, you see a commercial
Yeah.
starring only him
Yes.
on this really fake set.
Yes.
And he carries... Like, you have to go, like, 100% to sell this thing that must have been so awkward to tape.
Right. Like, it was probably... it was like him... the second unit director and like a lighting guy, and that was probably it. And he had to just go for it.
Yeah, he goes hard. Ugh. It reminded me of like I feel like there was like a little bit like The Mask, Jim Carrey as the Mask,
Right.
but he's the Mask all the time.
Yeah.
Or like Robin Williams, I don't know, as the genie or any Robin Williams
Or just
character
doing his
who
stand-up,
was like
basically.
intense. But yeah, like that level of manic intensity.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was great.
It's sort of go ahead.
Also kind of a believable delivery of lines. Though everything about him was cartoonish and his gestures were cartoonish.
Yeah.
And his voice was cartoonish.
Yeah.
I felt like the way he delivered lines was not the way that you would intuitively do it.
And he was very consistent. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like... like, he didn't... It was... I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, he played it... Like, he was this cartoon of a man.
Yeah.
But he didn't play it like a cartoon character, if that makes sense. Like, he didn't... Like, The Mask is, like, literally, like, supposed to be, like, a Looney Tunes character in real life.
Yeah.
So he's just going... bouncing all over the place. You know, Jim Carrey's like switching his voice around all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas like Michael Keaton played Beetlejuice, like he didn't really change his voice at all. He changed his like deliver, like his tone and his like he'd sarcastically put on personalities.
Yeah.
But he would never try that hard because probably Michael Keaton, the actor, was like, well, Beetlejuice wouldn't try that hard because he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. He also kind of reminded me of like the Joker. I feel like this character could also be the Joker. It's like a manic and like joking all the time, but like there was a real darkness to him. Like even beyond like being a lech all the time.
Yeah.
Like he was covering up some real evilness.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he basically like forced a child to marry him at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Or tried to.
But he
I
keeps
should
it
say.
light. Keeps it late.
Yes. He seems like, I think maybe the idea is he's the guy who he's been dead for so long that he just sort of, it's almost like he just embraced the cabin fever of the afterlife.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he just realized, like, this is it. This is all there is. So I'm just going to enjoy it as best I can to the point. I don't know. It was fascinating watching it.
He was
When
great.
he hawks a loogie into his pocket
So
for
you gotta
later.
save it for later.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. It's great.
And he, we're to understand that he produces those cartoon sounds himself, right?
Yeah.
Like, that is not for our benefit. Like, he literally can, make his genitals sound like a horn.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, that's not the movie doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the movie,
But-
in the world of that,
He just does that.
Right. He's a lich. He has magic powers.
Right.
You know, what I enjoyed about watching the movie with you guys is you guys really enjoyed almost everything that Beetlejuice did. I noticed there was
Yeah.
just a lot of just giggling, and I didn't think it was that funny. But then there was a line about think of it as a marriage of inconvenience.
Yeah.
And I cracked
lost it.
up.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, he's got something for everybody.
He's a clever fella.
Yeah, it was interesting because I was definitely enjoying it, and I thought he was nailing it. But it also was like a weirdly old, it still felt like an older comedy.
Yes.
And I think we've talked about this before, how comedy doesn't age well.
Right.
So it still felt dated, but not boring.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
was more, because the whole time I was delighted, but I was never most of the time I wasn't so much this is hilarious. I was more just you said, sort of just delighted by Michael Keaton just owning the bonkersness of this character.
Yeah.
Because I honestly, I have never been this neutral about a movie we've watched so far, where I have no idea how I felt about it. Because it was, I enjoyed it, but it did, a lot of it was just sort of oh. My cynical teen brain was sort of oh, God, old 80s comedy bullshit. You know what I mean?
I get it.
I don't know.
I was amazed how watching this movie, so many memories came flooding back.
Yeah, me too.
Right down to some of the just kind of throwaway lines by some of the characters we only saw for a few minutes, like the investor who comes in. Really, the cadence of what they said was coming back to me as they were saying the words.
Yeah, you were a near constant stream of, oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah. I was doing it as well, but yeah,
You were every time they made a cut almost. You're oh yeah, this scene. It was amazing.
yeah, it's visually very
great.
distinct,
Love
right?
it.
As Tim Burton obviously has his style,
Yeah.
but everything about it is very intentional.
Yeah.
I'm realizing that I don't think I have seen the movie. But
Beth.
I have seen a
At
lot
all?
of those scenes.
Oh.
And they were very, the shrunken head,
Yeah.
him popping out and saying, it's showtime.
Right.
When they are being they put the wedding dress and the tuxedo on the table,
Yeah.
and then Ortho does his
No,
chant.
Ortho is the floating wizard creature in He-Man.
Oh,
Wait,
I
what-
love that.
What is
guy.
this guy's name?
Otho.
No R.
No, all right.
Oh, it's Orko.
Orko, there we go.
Haha. Who's the nerd now, Dan?
All right.
I didn't know what a lich was.
I'm sorry, Beth.
You guys are all nerds. Keep out of it.
Okay. So you remember?
Otho
Yep.
does a chant. I remember the scene of them, their green glowing
Yeah.
bodies,
Whatever.
reanimating within the
Or
clothing.
de-animating.
Can we talk
Yeah.
about that? I was not I didn't give a shit when I was a kid because I was just whatever weird stuff is happening, but I don't actually understand what was happening
That was so sad.
to those two.
He, I think, was sort of using the book, which apparently also has spells to bind the
Maybe.
undead. Which why would that be in the manual?
Maybe it's
for
sort of
them?
It's don't ever do the following.
Or look out for these.
Yeah, but he was sort of summoning them
Okay.
and making them appear. But then I think he screwed it up. I don't think that was
The right.
intentional.
Oh.
I think he screwed it up so that they like appeared and then aged to being dead, essentially, because they get all old and
Was he,
start
like-
to fall
Oh,
apart.
it's an exorcism. Because when Beetlejuice shows up, he has the zingy one-liner about, I think they've had enough exercise for one night.
Oh, right. And the janitor said that that's death for the dead. So they were dying again.
Dying
Which
again.
is
They
what
were double
Lydia,
dying.
Winona Ryder's character, says, is they're dying.
Oh, yeah. And then Robert Goulet, which we've not even talked about. Robert Goulet's in this movie for some reason.
It's true.
He's like, they can't, they're dead.
They're
or
already
whatever.
dead. Okay.
Swap.
Yeah, dead.
Yeah, okay. I guess it makes sense.
You were disturbed by that part more this time around?
Which, the wedding thing? I was more just like trying to figure out what was going on.
Oh, okay.
You're like, I as a full-grown adult, I should understand this by now.
Right. Well, that was that was my whole thing. I was actually trying to make sense of the movie this time, which was a mistake. Because they literally just throw stuff out all the time. Like, this movie was basically a series of fun puppet vignettes
Yes.
that someone sort of strung a story over to give it a narrative flow.
Oh, no. But there were so many... It was a beautifully written story.
No, I'm not, I just mean, Beetlejuice, the character, was just sort of
Well, now you're backtracking.
What do you
because
mean?
they explained everything with the exorcism and everything else.
They-
And they were even adorable dying. They
Right.
were especially adorable
oh my
shriveling
God,
up.
when
And they
they
loved
put
each
their
other
zombie
so
hands
much.
together and they crumbled. Yeah, it was
Oh,
awful.
it was so sweet.
I just mean, I still don't understand why marrying Lydia why does that do anything? Because that was they literally threw it out there I don't make the rules. That's literally him saying, we just want to do this at the end of the movie. You know what I mean?
Sure. I think he was implying there was some set of rules for the dead, which is very believable
Yes.
given the amount of bureaucracy. And
Yes.
one of the rules appears to be
If you marry...
if a dead person marries an alive person, it's like getting benefits. It's like health benefits.
Oh, okay, sure.
Like you marry into it, then you're
Oh,
eligible
yeah.
as a partner to be alive again.
That's
that
what I'm
wasn't
trying to
100%
figure
Or
out.
right. He
to
wanted
become citizenship.
I think it was so he was just free in general, right?
Okay.
'cause he was under some sort of spell that they had to say his name 3 times
Yeah.
to...
Yeah, well, his ex-boss, their caseworker, implied that he got in trouble. She was very vague, but she said he got in trouble multiple times, so maybe he's been maybe he's on ghost probation.
Sure, that could be
He
it.
has to be summoned in a certain way.
Some ghost judge.
Yeah. Ooh, I
part of
bet
this-
there's a ghost judge somewhere.
Oh.
But, go ahead.
The pun doesn't work.
Oh, come on.
If you wrote it out, it would look better. Probution.
Oh,
Ah!
I'm down.
Okay, cool.
Cool. But speaking to the story, they have this really one of the ways that you feel for the couple at the beginning is
Yes.
one, they're harassed by a real estate agent who makes a ton of money, by the way, selling the house. And the real estate agent says something really mean about how the house really should be for a family with children. And you very easily understand that they wish they had children, but they cannot.
Or something.
But
Or they just have not
Well, they're going to
succeeded.
try again.
Yes.
So you assume there has been some sadness in the past. And then at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, Winona Ryder effectively becomes their daughter.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though her
In a
parents
very
still live in the
Oh,
Oh,
house.
they did not care to parent her throughout.
True.
I mean, they never did.
It makes sense to me for the stepmom. But she seemed to have a closer relationship with her dad. Not so close. He didn't seem to be more wanting to spend time with her. He was like, I'm at this cabin to get time to myself.
Yeah.
But she seemed to be very concerned about him when Beetlejuice almost throws him over the ledge of the stairs.
Right.
And she's wanting his attention and saying, I don't see what he sees in her about the stepmom. It seems like that maybe she had a closer relationship with her dad, and then the stepmom came into her life.
Right.
It does seem that way, but it also seems to me that her stepdad,
Dad.
her actual dad,
Yes.
not that people's step-parents aren't their actual parents.
Okay.
Jesus.
Anyway, that her dad, when choosing between peace and quiet and time with his daughter, will always pick peace and
That's
quiet.
true. That is
Yeah.
true.
That's true.
He was kind of
Even
distant.
allowing 2 ghosts to ghost parent his daughter.
You're right.
Yeah. They definitely have an alternate family dynamic.
Yeah. Although he was reading that book at the end that was cohabitating with the living or whatever.
Yeah,
But he wasn't reading a book on how to reconnect with your daughter.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, like, he was...
It was a very weird relationship.
Yeah.
Because he also said, it sounds like Lydia got an A.
So
right?
he's aware, at least,
He knows
of...
about, like, her schooling and stuff, but it was like, I care about her so much, I'm going to let these two ghosts raise her.
It's like drone parenting instead of helicopter parenting.
Like, you just kind of...
Just on autopilot.
Check it out. And,
Yeah.
Do you think they... Like, do you think it's almost like a renter-tenant situation where, like, Lydia lives in the attic with the ghosts and they just, like, visit every once in a while, have dinner together, like, once a week?
I think they're all co-parenting. I
Oh,
think
okay.
there's like 4 equal.
But the
level
ghosts are,
parents.
like, definitely trying way harder, right?
They're trying way harder, but like they can't go to the store
Oh, that's
or
true.
whatever.
That's
You know what
a
I
good point.
honestly wondered when they cut to the very end in the attic was, I hope they brought in the vacuum cleaner from the garage so that she can clean
right.
properly.
Yeah.
That is her expressed desire, not some patriarchal.
No.
You just
thing.
want the women to clean.
Yeah.
No, I want her to have. Oh shit!
It looked like they were able to clean. It looked way cleaner.
Yes,
It did.
that's
Yeah.
true. Thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, VHS stands for Video Home System.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High
Molly and I
five.
were right.
Good.
Are we going through the bets? Because I want to get to the dog.
Oh.
Yeah, sure. Let's get to the dog.
I was hoping that there would be a cute ghost dog.
Yep.
But it turns out that for the first time ever, there was not animal cruelty except for Beetlejuice eating a fly that cried out in a helpless, sweet way. Help me, help me, help me. It
was
that
that the
sad.
fly or was that Beetlejuice being silly?
I thought it was Beetlejuice being silly.
I did
When I was a kid, I thought it was the fly, but this time I was like, oh, that's just Beetlejuice having a goof while he kills that
Why he
fly.
murders a fly.
Why is he murdering the
To
fly?
eat it.
too. He's hungry.
He ate bugs. They established that he ate bugs.
He probably doesn't have to,
That
though,
one
right?
bug was so tiny in that tiny neighborhood. Okay, anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was a ghost bug.
Okay.
Oh. At any rate, so there was not that much animal cruelty, but
No.
in fact, depends on how you define animal cruelty.
Oh.
Because if you define it as animals being cruel,
Yes.
and not necessarily, but anyway, there's a very funny visual
Yes.
joke that's also tragic.
Yes.
Ooh, you got this, Molly.
Yeah, you got this. You can do this.
Where they are coming home from the hardware store in their car before they're dead, and they're reaching a bridge, and she swerves to avoid
Not just
hitting a
any
dog.
bridge.
A covered bridge.
Thank you.
And they swerve to avoid it, and they plow through the side of the covered bridge, and
Yeah.
they're just teetering on the edge, and they're going to be okay.
Well-
They realize, because they're teetering, but you think, oh, they're stable, and then they look out their window, and they realize the only thing that's weighting them and keeping them stable is the dog. The same dog that they swerved to avoid
Yes.
is standing on a plank of wood. And as soon as the dog hops off,
Yes.
they plummet into the water to their
Yes.
deaths.
And then...
And then the dog
Mhm.
lords over
Yes.
his kill.
Tail a wagging.
Yeah.
Oh,
Murder dog.
Murder dog.
is a murder.
That's what they should bring Robert Goulet up. It's like, we got this town full of murder dogs.
well, it is. I guess it makes sense that the world's most adorable couple would be killed in a really adorable way. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
They
true.
are so adorable.
They are so...
And at first you're like, oh, this is a little obnoxious.
But no.
But then you just really grow to love them.
Because they're not... Like, they just want to live in peace, you know?
And she makes fun of their LL Bean.
Yeah,
And
come
I
on.
say, come on.
Come on, Delia, right? Delia Dietz? That was her name?
No, Catherine
Sure.
O'Hare
Yeah.
as character.
I think it was Delia.
Sounds right.
I believe it.
Yeah.
The Bechdel test.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Flying
Yes.
colors.
Real good.
Ward.
Almost immediately.
Yeah, like real quick.
So grateful.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We don't open. We spend a few minutes. Suddenly, Gina Davis talking to this lady,
Who has a first and last name.
talking about the house, talking about kids, talking about money. I don't think she even mentioned her husband.
Didn't even mention the husband.
Yeah, she doesn't have to be like, well, I'll talk to my husband.
Yeah.
They have a great relationship.
Yes, right? Did they have jobs? Like before
They
they
were
died?
on vacation.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
And we think he owns the hardware store.
What?
Or it's on the honor
Yeah,
system.
he just went in the hardware store and like took a bunch of
I
stuff.
thought but it was like
he might
all
have
in
been a
one
professional
spot, though.
robber.
Amazing. He's a cat murderer.
They're fleecing the entire town. That's not even their
Oh,
house.
I like
That's why
that.
he has that tiny.
Oh, because he got to
scale
case the whole town!
Yeah.
Oh!
I love this new development.
He's the
It's like
original Wet
Ocean's
Bandit.
11.
There should have been a scene where he was just saying, and now these lights are going to go on. And these lights are going to go on.
Yeah.
Wet Bandit style.
That's probably why he was so quick to reject Beetlejuice. He's just like, oh, another con man, a fellow conner.
Yeah.
You know.
But game respects game.
That's That's true. That's true. That's why he was courteous with him.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Sort of.
He was like...
He was as aggressive as he should be with someone leching on his wife while he's still a very polite
Yes.
Northeastern.
He was a gentleman about it.
Yeah.
Like, he would be... there was a lot of Alec Baldwin going like, excuse me, while Beetlejuice was being a jerk.
Yeah, like if he had been from like Philadelphia, he would have punched him.
Yeah.
Like real fast.
Real fast. Like, as soon as he kissed his wife.
Yeah.
Oh, just as soon as he made a go for it. I mean, the South.
There wasn't a lot of time before when he made a go and
Yeah.
planted one.
Right.
Because he had ghost-like speed.
Oh,
And then he asked,
plus audacity.
Yes.
he asked if she was single, essentially. Like, what are my chances of going for this one?
He said, like, he asked him, like, what the state of their relationship was.
Yeah.
And if he had a chance.
He Jeff Goldblumed it.
There was actually, can I say, there was actually a moment, I didn't write it down, but there was a moment in that first Beetlejuice meets the Maitland scene where he was just, like, hamming it up and being Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Where, like, there was, like, this brief moment where I was like, oh my god, it's, like, manic zombie Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park. Like, there was a moment where I thought, like, this is a Jeff Goldblum character, except a creepy zombie. And, like, way, way more aggressively sexual.
Yeah. Without the sexual draw that we all know Jeff Goldblum possesses.
Yeah, right. I mean, Michael Keaton, when he's not wearing makeup, decent-looking fella.
Attractive man.
Very
But,
cute.
hey,
He's no Jeff Goldblum.
he's no Jeff Goldblum.
No one is.
He should be Batman. Oh my god.
Jeff Goldblum Batman?
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You're thinking about it now. You can't
Yeah.
stop thinking about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, he'd be the only Batman ever to have like unbuttoned.
Oh, yeah. Like a deep V.
armor, deep V
Like a
in his
deep V
armor.
on-
And you would still not be able to penetrate
Yeah.
that
thick
sexy
hair.
thick hair.
Oh, glistening. After doing a couple acrobatics, putting away the thugs, just glistening.
Yeah.
And then you take off the cowl, weave that hair. We're assuming this is Jeff Goldblum from like 1988 and not
Yeah.
now,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
he has, granted, a lovely...
he would just walk up to the criminals
Yeah.
and they would
They
just
just walk
melt.
away.
Yeah.
He, rather than instilling them with fear,
Yeah.
he instilled them with
longing.
longing.
Yeah.
Criminals are a superstitious and horny lot.
Ooh, I thought I thought there was going to be a horny joke in this movie.
Yeah.
And maybe there was, and it was more subtle.
There's
But
a
Yeah.
jerk off motion.
no,
Yeah,
but
but
like,
that was a dismissive jerk off. That wasn't like I'm jerking off because I'm aroused. You know what I mean?
yeah, there's different ways to jerk off, Molly.
Oh boy. I gasped when I saw that.
I
part
was
in the
delighted.
Movie.
The,
I could
like,
not
throwaway-
believe that.
Because it was such a throwaway. Like, it wasn't even, like, center frame. It was, like, right on the edge of the screen. He turned around and just like, I'm a professional. And then he just did it a couple times. To no one.
Yeah.
Not even to the camera. It was amazing.
That was just him, like.
You think he
being
improv
banana.
that? You
Yeah.
think that was just spur of the moment?
Apparently, he did improvise a lot of stuff in this movie.
Awesome.
He's great. But when he gets picked up as tiny Beetlejuice
Yeah.
and then, like, shoots thorns out
Yes.
of himself.
Ooh, yeah.
And then the next one is him, like, well, where am I going to go? I'm going to go to the strip club.
Right.
So I thought that was right for the pun of, like, I'm feeling a little thorny or horny.
What
or
did he
something.
say? He said something. He said, I'm feeling kind of something.
Yeah.
He said something about feeling antsy
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
that.
And then, like, where's the guy got to go around here to have a good time or something like that? And then there was just, like a demon strip club.
That
in
apparently Juno, their caseworker, put in the minute
Yes.
to distract him from being a
Right.
jerk.
Perfect distraction.
Apparently.
Yeah.
And apparently he takes part in everything that house has to offer.
and then he's just like-
and is then lounging on the roof, just waiting around for
I love when you see him again. He's apparently just become like, he's just like taking up residence there, apparently. Like he's just rented a room indefinitely.
and he's got
appa-
like cucumbers on his eyes
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a spa day.
It's a spa day. The girl's at the day off.
Yeah.
So he's just hanging out, lounging.
The waiting room, I want to talk about the waiting room. Because, like, every every character in there, I feel like really stands out the way like Afterworld Waiting Room.
Yeah.
And that was a really strong memory for me of like the shrunken head dude and
Totally.
the lady who's cut in half.
Yeah.
And like the tired dude. I don't know. Just I found those characters so distinct and each one like charming in their own way.
Yeah. It was fun that they bothered to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they could have just had like a bunch of like sad, dusty looking people in there.
Right. And the smoking guy who something about like the voice choice for that actor was really good. I don't know what
like,
about
the
it was.
fact that they bothered, because it was all, like it was just like his head coming out of the wall and then like a weird skeleton puppet. But the fact that they bothered to like articulate that puppet's leg so that it could like fidget its knee the whole time.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
My favorite, like, this person is dead character was Juno, though, when because her throat was slit and she's smoking a cigarette the whole time. And there's just one part where just smoke starts coming out of her neck.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
It's great. And I had forgotten how that shrunken head dude just steals the show. Like that, the work they did on that puppet is incredible because he just looks so incredulous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can put big eyes on a little potato and end up with a lot of expressions.
Right. But yeah, that part where they're waiting around in there and Gina Davis is like sitting next to him and he just turns his head at her. Mm-hmm. And like that exchange she has with that puppet is so delightful. No words, just like reaction shot. It was lovely.
Yeah.
So I guess I enjoyed it.
Sitting next to you and hearing you giggle like a 10-year-old through, I would say, a third of it.
Yeah, I think I just like... I think I didn't know how I felt about it because like it is really dumb, and like it's not like not a lot actually happens, It is mostly just like we made these cool puppets, now we're gonna film them for 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like the characters have depth and the world.
The two characters have like the Alec and Gina Davis have depth. Everyone else is just sort of there as window dressing.
Lydia develops.
She almost commits suicide.
I know, but that was like, how did she grow to love them so quickly?
Even Catherine O'Hara's character's hair gets softer, and she finds success as an artist and peace as a stepmother.
All right.
Her dad takes up bird watching.
That was at the beginning.
He wanted to get into that.
Oh. Well,
he does it.
He does it.
All right, we'll just say he does it.
Never mind.
I think I get what you're saying, though.
I'm not saying it wasn't... I'm not saying there wasn't a story. I don't know.
It was kind of like... it was almost like a goofball comedy. It was like between like being a real goofball comedy and being like a comedy where there's really like an in-depth story with characters that have an arc.
Yes.
Like, I guess there's very little character growth, The dead people are still just as sort of charming. Their situation has changed, but they haven't changed really much, even though they're dead. Beetlejuice is still the same old cad. I guess Lydia is happier. Yeah. She's found...
Good for her.
I think the couple, too, after nearly dying... or being exercised to death.
Or whatever.
Yeah, double
or whatever it is. I think that they're closer and they get to live their dream of having a daughter. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I just feel like sitting next to you seem to enjoy it so much. It makes me sad for you to be...
I was enjoying it, but I also have that part of my brain that is only paying attention to the structure of a movie.
Oy.
You know what I mean?
It's a little bureaucracy.
I don't know. I'm just saying like... a good, like Beetlejuice even, like most of his scenes, maybe like a third of them actually advance the story. You know what I mean? Like his screen time, I'm just saying like so much of his screen time was just like, I'm just going to talk like this and do
so
crazy
much of
cartoony
his
things.
Screen time was solely entertaining.
I'm not, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it was entertaining, but it was also weird that they were just like, this is fine. You know what I mean?
No.
Because a lot of movies do that and fail miserably. That's what was confusing. A lot of movies do that where it's just like, we're just going to do this for 20 minutes. Who cares if there's a story? And they're terrible.
Are you saying
so
like
you're
on...
confused by how much you enjoyed it?
Yes.
You're saying like on paper, if you were to describe this movie, it would seem like it would be a failure?
It just would seem like you would just be like, whoa, what? Why?
Sure.
Basically, what I'm saying is maybe the strength of the cast is what made this movie a classic.
I think it does.
That has lived through the ages.
Well, plus all the sight gags and the care that went into it. I will say there was a moment with all the back and forth with the haunting and the going back and forth between the bureaucracy right before they were nearly killed.
Mm-hmm.
I was really like, okay, can we hit the pause button and see how many more minutes?
See?
But that was one time.
That's
okay,
enough.
City Slickers,
Yeah.
I'm sure every single line advanced that lame story.
That's not true. That is not true. They had an entire conversation about ice cream. They had an entire conversation about whether Billy Crystal would do that lady. That was not
They
advancing
had more than one
shit.
conversation about that.
They,
All right, fine. Still.
I feel like you are putting more criticism to what I'm saying than I'm intending. I'm just saying it is an intriguingly paced film. That is all.
Well, how many bananas does an intriguingly paced film that you giggled at for almost all of it earn?
You gave it a hesitant 4.
A hesitant 4?
You said you were going to live dangerously and give it a hesitant 4.
Yeah, I'll stick with 4. Here's what it is.
A depressed 4?
You know what it is? I just figured it out. Here's what it is. I was so delighted by this movie as a child. So delighted. But is this something that as an adult, I'd be like, I'm going to watch this all the goddamn time? No.
What movie would you watch all the goddamn time now as an adult? Why are you applying this ridiculous standard?
I don't know.
I feel like a 4 is pretty high.
That's really high. Because we live in this culture now where anything below an A is a failure. Everyone has to achieve. Oh, you got a C in your science class, but she still got to dance to Harry Belafonte with the football ghost. But I give 4 bananas to a movie that I loved as a child and have to revisit as an adult.
Have to.
Well, kinda.
Get to. Because you enjoy the podcast that you're on. Beth, you gave it 3. And I don't have any notes for why you did that. Maybe you were divided by the claymation? Or maybe that was it.
claymation was
Okay,
mine.
I put it on the wrong line.
I did like the claymation. I thought that was fun. I would give it 4. I would up a banana.
Wow.
Because I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I really loved the Gina Davis, Alec Baldwin relationship.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed the story a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The story that was clearly there throughout the film.
No one is saying there was not a story.
But I would take away 1 banana because of the vulgarness.
So he gets a 4 because he honked his Johnson?
Yeah, and because he made fun of my hair.
No, that wasn't the movie, Beth. That was real life.
Yeah, that wasn't in the movie. Not a real zinger in the movie.
Not a real.
So
That's true. He did not say bad hair day. So you need to find Universal Employee 27B12 or whatever, or AKA Jake, sophomore in college.
Oh, Jake. I gave this a 3, and I was worried it'd be hokey.
Yeah.
I have trouble rating this movie. I also really enjoyed it as much as we jumped on Dan's Star. I kind of get what he's saying. It's like a very enjoyable movie, but I think I can understand why no one is like going and rewatching this. Mm-hmm. Like it's a movie where you think about it, like, oh, that's a great movie. Do you want to watch it? No. And I'm not exactly sure why, but I think it's maybe, I don't know, there's not like a lasting quality to it. It does feel a little older, but not old in like a lame way. Just like, oh, that's a movie that belongs at that time.
Yeah.
And it was great for then, and you can recognize that, but it's not great now. I don't know. So I think I'd still bump up to 4. I was like more impressed with Michael Keaton than entertained with him. Like I was definitely entertained, but like a lot of it was like he is killing it.
Yeah.
Like, and that is hard.
Yeah.
Like to bring that much energy so like consistently was great. I was very entertained by that, and like the I don't know. I guess I am a little burned out on Tim Burton at this point, as maybe everyone is. And so, like, seeing that, which is very classic Tim Burton, even in his first one, it's like, oh, that's fun, but like, I get it. I'm going to get it soon. Yeah.
See how hard it is? Do you see how hard it is?
This is a tough movie to rate. Yeah, it feels like I should enjoy it more than I do.
That's all I'm saying.
Conundrum.
But as of the theme of the podcast, Dan said basically the same thing in a less angry way.
Molly, you gave it 2 or 4 if there was a ghost dog. So there was not a ghost dog. In fact, there was a murder dog. I don't know if that drops it down to a 0.
Or bumps it up to a 6.
Well, I'm going to banana split the difference.
Oh!
And give it 3.5.
Okay.
So you voted it the least out of all of us.
Yes.
And yet you jumped down my throat for giving it essentially a B+.
But why a 3.5 bananas?
I think for really similar reasons to what has been articulated in an angry and a lesser angry way. And yeah, I was like Beth. I was charmed by the relationship. I enjoyed revisiting it, and I really enjoyed, I think most of all, the characters in the waiting room, and the richness of all of that. But yeah, I could go another 20 years before I see this movie again.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I also just want to point out, bonus, we ended up watching the cartoon
Well, like 3 minutes.
as much
of
as
it.
we could handle.
Yeah, the DVD extras do contain the Beetlejuice cartoon.
If you want to watch it,
Yeah.
I encourage you to try
Yeah, definitely.
and just see how far you can get.
That was like a wave of nostalgia, and then the wave drowned me. Just
Yeah.
like, oh.
No, me too. I remember watching that a bunch, but like,
The puns per minute is real high.
real high.
Yeah, it's like every line.
Well, you gotta
is a
figure
pun.
like they want to try to keep the tone of the character, but they can't use all the sexuality.
Right.
So they're like, he'll just make a bunch of dumb puns.
Do kids like puns?
No,
I don't know.
I
There's
loved
a
that
phase.
show when I was a kid.
Yeah.
There's a phase where that is incredibly exciting that one word can have 2 different meanings.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like you're just discovering the nuance of language,
Right.
and suddenly there's a delightful ghost clown showing you all the ropes about it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's time for our final segment, or whatever.
Just a segment.
A segment.
It's time for our one segment.
It's time for our segment. Where we read 5-star reviews left for us on iTunes. I did check Stitcher.
Ooh.
You can leave reviews.
Okay.
No one has.
Okay, good.
Oh, leave a review on Stitcher.
Leave a review on Stitcher
Please.
and then probably tweet us that you did it, because I'm not going to check that
Yeah,
ever.
hashtag go
Wrote
to
that.
wrote that Stitcher Rev.
Wrote that Stitcher Rev, yeah. 5, and then a second hashtag,
Tell
5
them.
stars.
Yeah.
So, people leave us 5-star reviews on iTunes, and we read them in an impression of a character from that movie or as Nick Cage.
Right.
Would anybody like
Yeah.
to do a character from that movie?
Yeah, give me.
Okay, let's do number 7.
Number 7.
What is your impression going to be?
I will do the delightfully
The titular?
crude titular Beetlejuice. What did Alec call him at the beginning? Like Betelgeuse.
Yeah, because it's spelled all like...
Like the star. Look it up.
Oh.
Number 7. All right. Great concept and execution. Joshua M. Humphrey, December 3rd, 2014. Love that the hosts talk about the movie and even place quote bets on what they remember. Looking forward to the next episodes, hoping that I recall the episode right along with the hosts. Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
That was amazing.
You're welcome.
Great. If you would like to have your review read, leave it on iTunes or Stitcher.
Or Stitcher.
Somewhere else. Is there other places?
Twitter? Could you
can't-
tweet us?
No.
No.
Where else do you discover podcasts? Play? Google Play?
Can you review it on noisepicnic.com?
You can leave a comment
That's
there.
true. You can leave a comment. If you title a comment 5-star review,
We'll
that
read
counts,
it. We'll
right?
read that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Miserere.
Hey,
Daylight
I love
come
that.
and
I'm always singing a different song.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll do that
God.
one. Daylight
What song were you singing?
I was singing, ayo, ayo.
That's
that's
Thank you for listening to Totes Recall. New episodes drop on the 15th of every month. You can find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Totes Recall Pod. Subscribe on iTunes and leave a review. It helps more people find the show. Totes Recall is hosted by Molly Chase, Beth Gibbs, Dan Jaquette, and Dan Linden. Produced by Beth Gibbs. For more information, check out noisepicnic.com/totesrecall.